Netflix disables password sharing, and price increases for most major streaming carriers, and new seasons coming from Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, and Jack Reacher. It's all coming up this time on Stream Time. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Stream Time, your show all about streaming. We're so glad you joined us today, and remember, if you're enjoying Stream Time, please make sure you like and subscribe for the show. Share us with your friends. We appreciate that, okay? Now, on this week's episode, we're going to take a look at some major changes coming to your streaming service and some new seasons of some things coming up. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready for Stream Time. Hey everybody, welcome to Stream Time. We're so glad you're here, and we're so glad that you're participating in the podcast. The statistics prove it. A lot of you around the world are listening, and I just want to let you know it really, truly is appreciated. We appreciate it very much. And anytime you want to reach out to us, it's really simple. You can just send us an email to mail@streamtimeshow.com or mail@purplepitstudios.com and just mention this podcast, Stream Time, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have or anything of that nature, or, suggestions. If you want us to review an upcoming streaming series, that and so much more, just all you have to do is reach out to us, okay? Remember, share us with your friends and leave us a positive rating and review. So as promised on the teaser, on the introduction to the show, some of your favorite streaming services, we're going to dive right into it. Some of your favorite streaming services are going to see some pretty substantial increases in pricing coming up here shortly, if not so or already. And just to quell a few of them, Peacock, for those of you who have the Peacock streaming service, it's going up by $1. All right, I just got notification of something like that. It's going up by over $1 per plan, in some cases $2 per plan. And so, these streaming services kind of keep going up and up and up and up. And at one point, are you going to say, maybe enough is enough, and the pricing for all of them, not just Peacock, but Paramount Plus is raising their prices here in the next couple months, and a few other ones as well. And just to give you an idea here, we're going to give you just a few of some of the streaming services and what their prices are right now. Right now, you've got DirecTV Stream, which is at $74.99 for live TV streaming. You've got Fubio, F-U-B-O, FubioTV.com is up to $85.98 a month for their TV streaming platform. Hulu is still at $69.99. Philo is at $25. Sling TV plans basically average around $40 per month for Sling TV. And then you've got YouTube TV, which is now up to $72.99. So you kind of have to ask yourself, at what point does streaming become out of reach for most folks? Now, there's been some talk about combining streaming services. In other words, having a selection of a la carte where you, let's say, get Netflix, Hulu, and maybe Disney Plus, and then you save a few dollars a month by subscribing to multiple platforms. However, a lot of these streamers seem very, very reluctant to do that because, again, they're a business, and we can certainly understand that. They're looking to maximize profit. However, there has to be some live TV streaming reform coming shortly because it's getting out of reach for a lot of people. As predicted about a month ago, NBC Universal's streaming platform Peacock announced on Monday, this past Monday, it will be raising subscription prices beginning immediately for new customers and starting August 17th for current subscribers. So here's the breakdown just to give you an idea for Peacock. The increase will bring Peacock up to $5.99 per month for its ad-supported premium tier, and $11.99 a month for its ad-free Premium Plus plan. The annual plans will rise in cost as well, moving from $49.99 for Premium and $99.99 for Premium Plus to $59. So that's a $10 increase, and $119 a month, a $20 increase, respectively, for the Premium Plus plan. Peacock discontinued its free streaming tier this past January. So basically, there you go. I mean, $20 a month if you do not want commercials on Peacock Premium Plus. A $20 increase is coming for you there. Or if you want the ad-supported tier, it's going up by $10 for the year for that. So there's a lot of, and they're not the only ones, folks. They're not the only ones that are doing it. Netflix has raised his prices as well. Paramount Plus has raised their prices as well. Many of these folks have raised their prices, these streamers, over the past 6 months to a year, and the price just seems to keep rising and rising and rising. So you really have to be very aware and very conscious with your streaming, where your streaming dollars are being spent. We suggest there's a lot of free platforms, and we've advocated here at Streamtime for these free streaming platforms that are, again, they're ad-supported, but they're not really intrusive with their ads. One of my favorites is Tubi, T-U-B-I, Tubi TV. They've got a lot of great free content. They have some live streaming channels as well. Now, you're not going to get your locals, and you're not going to get the main things, but you'll get live TV streaming services that are giving you round-the-clock, let's say, westerns, horror movies, things like that, sort of like what Pluto TV does. But there's a lot of excellent content on Tubi, not just for the adults, more stuff for the teens and preteens and even the children. They have a lot of cartoon and children's programming on Tubi, T-U-B-I TV. The interface can be a little cumbersome to use. However, once you learn to navigate it, it becomes more intuitive and easier to understand. And once you get the hang of the Tubi TV interface, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Another free one we recommend also is Pluto, P-L-U-T-O, like the planet or the Disney dog. Pluto TV offers a wide variety of live TV streaming services that are streaming westerns, comedy, drama movies, horror movies, movies from decades, specialty channels such as if you like Star Trek or Cheers or Happy Days, or shows like Johnny Carson and things. There's streaming channels on Pluto TV that are running these 24/7 that you can watch an episode whenever you want, day or night. They also have some on-demand content in there for you as well. And again, ad-supported, but you get a nice wide variety. Now, are you going to get on either of those two services that I just mentioned original content? Most likely no. However, things like Netflix, which are quickly pricing themselves out of the average consumer, where if you've got a decent plan on Netflix, you're paying well over $21 plus a month. While there are some bright stars in the Netflix film stable, a lot of times there's a lot of stinkers too, and a lot of content that is actually doubled up on other streaming services, or content that you may have seen over and over again and don't really wish to partake in looking at again. So that's another thing. We mentioned about Netflix dropping password sharing and making people pay now for content. So that's another thing with Netflix. You can't share passwords anymore on Netflix. You have to have someone pay you to be on your account if they're out of the household. And that's going to run you about another $7 or $7.99, I believe. It's either $6.99 or $7.99 a month to do that. And you're only limited to 2 people. You can only allow 2 people to share in your subscription. So if, let's say, you have their high-end subscription, which gives you HD content and all the bells and whistles of Netflix starting, say, around $22 a month, and you add, let's say, a friend or a relative outside the home at another set, you're well over $30+ a month for Netflix, which is a considerable cost. I mean, you're talking well over almost $300 a year, close to $300 a year for Netflix. So those are some considerations to take in and keep in mind with your streaming dollar choices. Now, let's move on to a couple new seasons. Everyone seemed to really enjoy the action drama crime series Reacher on Amazon Prime Video. And rumor has it that there is a new season that's going to be beginning this September, season 2 of Reacher. Now, Reacher was based on the series of murder mystery or crime mystery books, and also there was a couple movies with Tom Cruise made off of this. However, if you haven't seen the first season of Reacher on Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, we here at Streamtime highly recommend that you check out this series, especially if you're a fan of the books or a fan of the actual movies themselves. Alan Richardson plays Jack Reacher, and the first season was excellent. There is, like I said, going to be a season 2, but the first season was outstanding. And if you like a good mystery, you like that gritty crime drama, and if you've read the Jack Reacher series of books or seen the Tom Cruise movies, you'll enjoy Reacher. It is basically based on Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels, and basically goes through on the first season where Jack Reacher goes into a local town and unexpectedly is arrested upon arrival. So he begins unraveling the mystery of what's going on in the town of Margrove down south, and it takes you through some twists and turns, and it is an excellent series. This reviewer here has watched it and really enjoyed it. Basically, when a retired military police officer, Jack Reacher, is arrested for a murder he did not commit, he finds himself in the middle of a deadly conspiracy full of dirty cops, shady businessmen, and scheming politicians. With nothing but his wits, he must figure out what's happening in Margrove, Georgia. So check out the first season of Reacher. You'll enjoy it. And that's coming up, rumor has it, to be released here. It looks like September of this year. Initially, there was going to be no second season, but the fan outcry was unbelievable, as this got an 8 out of 10 rating on the Internet Movie Database, and Google users gave it a 92% approval rating. Also, Rotten Tomatoes gave it over a 90% approval rating as well. So you, the fans out there, really enjoyed Reacher, and rest assured, another season is coming for you real soon. So keep your eyes out for that. And Star Trek Strange New Worlds, another series has dropped for that on Paramount Plus. If you're a Paramount Plus subscriber, there is another season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds that has been released, and it is going episode by episode as opposed to the way they used to do it, where they would just release the whole season at one time. But now season 2 is available on Paramount Plus of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. If you did happen to enjoy the first season, well, the second season has a lot to offer you as well, with some strange new surprises, some plots and twists, and a storyline as well. If you're a Star Trek fan and you haven't seen Strange New Worlds, the new series on Paramount Plus, we implore you to actually take a look and decide for yourself if it is a worthy contender to the Star Trek franchise. Strange New Worlds had a 10-episode launch back in 2022, and it ran through July 7th of 2022 as well. Now, the second season here as well is going to have 10 episodes as well for you. They're promising on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So if you're a Star Trek fan, check that out. That's about all the time we have on this episode of Stream Time. As usual, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to contact us via email. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast and share us with your friends. Until next time, I'll hang on to the remote, and we'll look forward to meeting with you again on another episode of Stream Time.